Welcome back to another episode of the Bull Room. Today we have a good one for you guys. We're going to talk about Bitcoin and then a new opportunity that just came onto my radar. I think this is great for someone that's probably interested in starting into crypto and wants something that's relatively low right now and has very, very good potential for the year of 2024. As we know, Bitcoin is already up like 70 or 80% for the year. So, it's still a nice investment, but we want to see what we could 10x, maybe 20x, 30x, something that can make us a little bit more than Bitcoin. So make sure to stay tuned and watch to the end, guys. All right, guys, so let me get started. We have 4 major catalysts to look forward to in 2024 with Bitcoin. One of them already happened, and it was one that we were talking for the longest, the spot Bitcoin ETF. Obviously went up to almost 50,000, came back down. It's sitting at 43,000 if I'm not mistaken right now, time of this recording. But that's one of them. And then number 2 is going to be the Bitcoin halving. We're expecting that around April 20th, April 25th, April 15th. And that little time frame, we're expecting the Bitcoin halving to happen. As we know, that's when the inflation rate goes down for Bitcoin. And it's gonna makes it more rare to go. But give me 1 second, I tap into that for you right now. And then number 3 is gonna be the regulatory development. So as more regulation comes to the crypto space, we're gonna see more. And this goes to number 4, institutional acceptance. Right, as more regulation comes with Bitcoin, it's now classified as a commodity. But as more regulation comes and as Wall Street feels more secure with it, we're gonna see some, price rise. We're gonna see some of those big whales. What I mean by big whales is millionaires just throwing money in there. And let me just go into the Bitcoin halving, which is the next catalyst to come. I was reading an article this morning. I wake up early, guys. I wake up about 4 in the morning. I know AZ was tripping this morning. He was like, "Bro, what are you doing up?" But I was doing research for you guys and making it easier for you guys and pretty much putting it in simple terms. The Bitcoin halving is going to happen in April, okay? What's going to happen is Bitcoin is going to become more rare than gold. You don't believe me? Okay. The current inflation for Bitcoin is 1.8%. Jerome Powell. Yeah, bro, maybe you should go on Bitcoin Standard. You're looking for that 2%. Well, this is 1.8 currently. But after the Bitcoin halving, it's going to go down to 0.9%. Half of that. Okay? That's already lower inflation than the gold market. Right after Bitcoin. Off the top. Okay? Then, you start to realize, okay, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. Let me divide that by the market cap of gold. Right? So let's say that Bitcoin gets to the same market cap, the same exact market cap as gold, right? We have America's wealth and the world's wealth allocating 5% or so of their wealth into Bitcoin, which is pretty much what they have in gold. If that were to happen, I would divide 21 million divided by 10 trillion, which is the market cap of gold. AZ, do you know what the price of Bitcoin, per Bitcoin, would be if it had the same market cap as gold?
I don't.
Give me a random guess. Nothing crazy though. No. Don't say no like 3 million or nothing like that.
All right, let's say 50,000.
No. I mean, add another 0. 500,000.
Wow.
So if Bitcoin were to ever reach the same market cap that gold is at currently, at the time of this recording, each Bitcoin, for one Bitcoin, $500,000, bro. Damn. $500,000. Damn. And after April, it's going to become, like I said, more rare than gold. And with more regulation, there's going to get more institutional acceptance. Yeah. So when you hear someone saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million by 2035, 2030. Yeah, knowing this information, you look at the price and be like, nah, never, right? But knowing this information, knowing that the knowledge we're giving you on the Bull Room, you should know that's going to happen. So if you own Bitcoin right now, don't sell it. Don't sell it. Hold it. Hold it, because as regulation comes and as institutional acceptance comes, one day you'll be able to hedge against it. The same way you could borrow against your house, eventually you'll be able to borrow against Bitcoin. So if you own one Bitcoin, imagine taking out a loan and your collateral is your Bitcoin, right? And then since it's an investment, they're probably going to give you a little bit extra because they know the value of Bitcoin, right? I'm just saying, man, Bitcoin has a great year to come this year. And if it doesn't reach all-time highs, it's probably going to reach all-time highs in 2024, but it'll probably reach higher highs in 2025. Not financial advice. Make sure to do your research and your own due diligence. Again, everything we say here is just knowledge that we're learning, that we're sharing to you for you to become a better investor. And fun fact, we're up over 50%, 40% on our personal accounts. So I'm not just a kid talking out of my ass. I actually have profits and trades to prove it. All right, guys. So now I have a new opportunity for you. Not financial advice. It may seem like financial advice, but it's not. It's a new opportunity that came to my radar. Okay. And I hate this cryptocurrency. I'm not a big fan of it. But when a new opportunity comes around and the numbers make sense, I'm going to take it all day because there's profit to be made. I'm a capitalist. Profit comes first. Hate to say it. I really don't. But it's Ripple, XRP. I'm sure everyone has heard of it. You know, they had a lawsuit in 2021, which didn't allow them to hit all-time highs. Right? I'm sorry, not 2021, 2020. They had a lawsuit from the SEC stating that they're not a commodity, they're not an asset, they're a security, and that, you know, they need to be off. So they got off Robinhood. Like, you cannot buy Ripple for the life of you anywhere. And it was sitting at like 30, 25 cents. Last summer, that court case was now ruled that Ripple is not a security. Last summer, the price went from 40 to 50 cents to 90 cents. It is now sitting at 51 cents right now. Same price as Cardano. But the difference is that Cardano is still in their lawsuit and Ripple is almost out of their lawsuit. Okay? This is where the opportunity comes in, okay? The CTO, the Chief Technical Officer of Ripple, has stated that a predominant player in real-time gross settlement systems has disclosed that they have plans on expanding to the U.S. So that means that now the Ripple system will be able to be used inside the United States of America. It's being used around the world, but not in the United States of America, okay? Let me explain to you what Ripple is and why it's so important and why a lot of countries are adapting to their blockchain. Ripple is just a payment system that utilizes their native token XRP to bridge currency gaps between cross-border transactions. Example, if a company wants to send money to another company in Mexico, it could take 3 days and it could take some fees. How about knowing that that's instant and it has cheap fees? That's what the XRP system, ecosystem, blockchain is providing for companies and countries. Okay? It's pretty much just fast cross-border transactions. All right? Now, here's the thing about XRP, okay? In April, before I start giving you dates and catalysts, let me talk about the 4 things to look forward in 2024 with XRP in an XRP investment. If you choose to invest in this, these are 4 things you got to look for in 2024. Number 1 is going to be April 29th. Okay, that's an important date. Let me tell you why. On April 29th, the court has to file what's going to happen with that court case. Either that court case is going to be finalized or it's going to go maybe on for maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months until the early summer months. Okay, but the finalized court case, you know, just like it's going to be thrown out type thing. It's no longer going to be a court case. It's going to happen soon. If that last summer with just the news that they're not a security threw it up to 90 cents, you know what's going to happen the day it's finalized? We're talking about maybe $1.20. And that is my price prediction for after the halving and with that news, with that catalyst, I expect it to go maybe up to $1 or surpass $1. The least, my low end would be 80 cents. Not going to lie to you. But I'm looking for $1, okay, on this trade. Number 2, catalyst, and that's number 1. That is probably the most mind-blowing thing to know. Why I was going to say brain-blowing. That's number one. But number two is improve scaling to their blockchain. So they're improving their blockchain little by little. So as they improve more and more throughout 2024, let's say they get this catalyst about the finalization, then they start improving their blockchain. What is that gonna lead to? It's gonna lead to catalyst number 3, which is more users in the ecosystem. So they hear not a security, they hear, they're improving their blockchain. It's getting a lot better. And they're not a security, that $1 is probably going to go to $2 to $3. If more users happen to come due to the improvement of the blockchain. You know who that happened to? Last bull run? Ethereum. It happened to Ethereum with NFTs in their ecosystem. You remember how we had the bull run, everything went up in crypto, and then after everything went down, but then Ethereum went up again because of the NFTs. It's literally because those NFTs are in their ecosystem, and they're obviously going to benefit off people going into their ecosystem to buy things. Okay, so this could happen, not financial advice, but this could happen to XRP. That leads me to number 4, institutional adoption. Okay, as we know, they already have a payment system that is going to be extended into the US. So as these catalysts move on, it will lead to institutional adoptance, which would mean institutions are going to consider it for their payment systems. If that were to happen, I'm talking like $5, $6, $7. Those are 4 catalysts to look for in 2024, guys. But for the short term, early summer, midsummer, I would say latest August, $1 to $1.50 would be my price prediction right there. If these catalysts happen the way obviously our research is showing, it should be a great opportunity in the short term. Maybe the next quarter, 2 quarters max would be a nice little play. And then maybe you want to get back into, something that's bleeding at that time. That's still good, But right now it's sitting at the same price as Cardano, but to make a difference here is that Cardano is still in the lawsuit and Ripple is getting out of the lawsuit. That's the best way for me to explain it right now. But if you want something short term that is probably gonna pop, in my prediction, in my personal opinion, XRP is the way to go short term. Long term wise, if you just want to build a bag and you want that long term, Cardano. We seen it last year. You guys heard me talk about it when it was at 24 cents. You've seen me talking about it when it was at 30 cents. It went up to 70 cents and it's sitting at 50. Right? If you bought when I told you, and it's not even that I told you, like I said, because it's not financial advice, but if you bought due to my research, you would literally be up 100%. Literally be up 100%. Same thing with Bitcoin. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin at 21,000. Sitting at 43,000. That's 100% of your money. So if you've been listening to Bull Room, shout out to you. You should either have a 10x account, for sure over a 4x account right now. So shout out to you. Just make sure to pay the fee and share this with a friend, a like-minded individual, or someone that's going to find this knowledgeable, interesting. Okay, guys? I need you guys to help me grow, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to run up $1 million right here in front of you and we only getting 220 views, 30 views. Because I promise you, in this bull room, it's going to one day blow up because I made $1 million. And by that time, I'm probably going to charge for this advice, charge for this knowledge, not even advice, charge for this knowledge of my own research. Because I wake up at 3, 4 in the morning waiting for news, guys. I don't think you guys do that. So what better way to get free research from someone that actually wakes up early to actually look this up and put it in simple terms for people to understand. And like I said, I'm only doing this because I care about my community. I care about La Raza, and I care about our future. And what better way but to promote crypto and this new world and day and age that we're leading to. We can't live in the past. We have to adapt and pivot, and it's going to happen. Right? We've seen it with Bitcoin. What's next? Ethereum is spot ETF to come in June. Okay. Now that only leads 2 major players, Ripple or Cardano. Ripple or Cardano would be next. And it doesn't matter what order it happens, those 2 are next. Because those 2 are the biggest ecosystems with decentralized ecosystems. You know, and if you're an Ethereum maximalist or you're an Ethereum fan, I hate to tell you, it's actually centralized. And I wouldn't be surprised if JP Morgan Chase actually owns Ethereum. I'm just saying, guys, there's a reason why Trump's in Ethereum. Well, he actually just sold recently, but there's a reason why he was in it. Ethereum is centralized. Don't believe me? Look into it. This is why I don't like Ethereum. It is centralized. It could be centralized if it's not already. There's a reason why the Cardano founder is ex-co-founder of Ethereum, seen the flaws and started Cardano. Okay, guys? So make sure you guys do your own due diligence. Make sure you guys stay dedicated, stay motivated. All money in, no money out. And let's run up $1 million in 2024, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Vaya folclórico, oye, disculpa la tardanza y los dolores de cabeza, ¿sabes? Agradezco tu paciencia y esta gran oportunidad. Dile, ya tú ves.